What is your favorite anime?
Mine's Skrillex.
Skrillex.
I'm so distanced from human sensibilities and stuff.
Was getting caught part of your plan?
Put your tray tables up and your seat in the full upright position, because this is the Flight Plan, the official podcast of Big Guy For You Scanlations, Japan's #1 Bane posting manga scanlation podcast. Join the flight crew, Tom and Aiden, as we bounce about all the anime, the manga, and the scanlation content. Tom, do you have any New Year's resolutions? This is like the first episode of the new year.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm going off script. We're going off script, man. We're going into the woods.
No, I had something. I had something prepared.
All right, then I'll say.
My resolution is to ignore your opener and to go right into my thing.
What are we talking about today, Tom?
My thing is, I am thou art I. From the seat of thy soul I come. You have established the BG4U social link of the Weeaboo Arcana. Aiden's determination in scan... Oh, shoot, I messed it up. I was going to put my name in scanlation, but it didn't make sense. So I'll say Aiden's determination in what podcasting will say has been enhanced. Aiden can now die for you. So I kind of botched it, but whatever.
One may choose to avert his eyes from the truth, if allowed, and allow evil to taint his awakened power. Why choose reality when you can have a world of your own making? That's clearly the choice, you know. I mean, come on. We all prefer the easier life. You see, all reality ever gives you is boredom and bickering, and no one truly wants to live in a world like that. It's only because they think that they have to accept it that they choose to buck up and deal. There's only one thing that's going to set you apart and let you succeed in life. It's the magic ticket they call talent. And if you don't have it, then you're left to rot in despair. Game over. So wouldn't we be better off without this reality crap? Someday you'll all understand what I'm saying, no matter what you try and do. Reality sucks, and I, for one, am sick of it.
What is that?
That's from our boy Adachi.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I was guessing. Yeah, I just don't remember that quote at all. We're talking about Persona. For those of you who don't know the memes or whatever.
Let your memes become dreams. It's Persona. We're talking about the games, the anime, the menu experience, the UI extravaganza.
Yep, we are. But before we can jump into that TV, or before we can jump into that person's mind palace, or before we can climb that Tartarus, or before we can whatever Persona 1 and 2 did.
Or before we can shoot him in the head.
Yeah. Let's do top of the show stuff. Do you want to go first, or should I?
Yeah, let's hit off hit off with a good start. We'll check in with our passengers and make sure they're all enjoying their flight and in-flight meal. So we have a continuation of the Russian foreign exchange on our channel. However, I can't really read Cyrillic, so basically the conversation is still continuing between Emilia Familia and
the other guy.
And
the antagonistic guy.
And Zofponachia. I can't pronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, I think it roughly translates to Zolf was asking Emilia, it's like, what are you doing here? And then Emilia says, I listen to the live podcast New Year's, and it's great for Russian. So he must be talking about a different podcast, because there's nothing great about this podcast, but
well, nothing great for Russian. It's great for English and
well, privyet to all of our Russian comrades. We have the best Russians.
Yes, and borscht and vodka and I don't know any other Russian. Volka, right? Isn't that water?
Vodka, yes. So we have now the Principality of Belka, who comments on our Touch Fluffy Tail clip. He says, must fluff the tail. And I say, indeed to that, you must fluff that tail.
Very good.
On a very Japanese episode, we have Excommunicated, who's a new passenger, so we welcome you.
Former passenger. He has since been excommunicated.
He replies, based and van-pilled.
I was going to say, he didn't fly so good.
He says, based and van-pilled. Did we talk about anything van-related?
Maybe throwing people into vans, like children or something? I'm sure we've made jokes like that in the past.
And I just replied with a bunch of different emotes that don't really know what they mean, but I did the clapping emote, the fire emote, and the red pill emote.
What's the red pill emote?
Based and red pilled, indeed. It's just like a medicine pill looking thing. Yeah, it's actually red and yellow. It's the What is that?
Dr. Mario.
Samurai Jack is what's coming into my head. No, it does look like that, but it's the coloring of the Advil that was taken in Osmosis Jones.
Drix.
Yeah, it was Drix. It's the color in the head shape of Drix.
Okay, yeah, I can see that very clearly now.
I'd just like to take a moment and welcome all of our new passengers. We're up to 46,000 passengers. And
cool.
We're at
it's a big plane.
30,000. Yeah, and at 30,000 feet, that's a pretty big. We're like the Spruce Goose over here, pretty big.
Yep. For you might even say.
Yes, exactly. We're pretty big.
All right. Well, I've got just a quick little top of the show thing for me. I don't want to say an apology because I don't apologize for anything. But apparently my audio is really messed up on the Christmas episode. I don't know why. I have a theory. And if that's true,
then that's just a game theory.
Yep, then it's fixed because I'm not doing the thing that I thought might have caused it. So, and in fact, now I am sitting on my floor in my closet. I've moved my computer to my closet. It's got the shortest ceilings in the whole apartment.
In the whole cardboard box.
So I think maybe that'll fix a little bit of audio quality. Yeah, it's a big box. It's a big and very expensive box. But yeah, so hopefully I will sound better this episode. Only time shall tell. Well, anyone listening will know by now, but I won't know right now. So that's it.
It's expensive to live in Tokyo, so I know the rent must be very high.
Yeah, I feel like you could be homeless in Tokyo though, because like they don't kill homeless people.
And they got the little like the pill capsule hotels. True. Those are pretty sweet. Some people live out of those, and like the gaming, like they have like those gaming hotels or whatever, like where you can rent and like just hang out in. You know what I mean? And like I've seen in.
No, I don't know what you mean. Are you thinking of like? Are you mixing up two different concepts of a love hotel and like a PC bong, whatever they call it? No,
because there are like okay. I have seen not safe for work things take place in both areas, but it's like a cubicle thing. I mean, it's not super enclosed, but it's like a cubicle with like gaming things and like a PC. It's like a net cafe, but it's private.
Like for one person or for like a group, like how you would rent out a karaoke room?
Like both, either. It's not as big as a karaoke room. It's maybe the size of a cubicle. You could bring like 2 or 3 people in.
Oh, that's so
weird. But it's just. Yeah, it's so interesting over there. I mean here, I mean there.
Yeah, in Japan. I don't think we have ever pretended to be there. I mean, we've been there, each of us, but we aren't being there. We are not in a state of being there currently.
Well, nobody else knows that.
But we should take a field trip and write it off as a business expense for the non-business that is the Big Guy 4U scanlation stuff.
Starting a international conglomerate, the BG for you. it's gonna sell I don't know, fiberglass and tobacco. Like I don't know.
Of course, the two main products of BG for you.
Yes. That's how the planes are made. It's made out of fiberglass, but our thing will be they do fly so good.
I don't know why this came to mind. But I'm reminded of the Flat Earth Society motto, where we have flat earthers all around the globe.
Yeah, but I mean, they're joking about that.
No, I know. I think the Flat Earth Society's a parody anyway. But like that, parody or not, like that line is so funny.
That's true. Don't they know the Earth is hollow anyway? That's the wokest.
Yeah. Well, it could be flat and hollow.
Like one of those Bavarian cream or jelly filled donuts. It's like semi-flat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of know what you mean. I'm picturing something that works even if it's not what you're talking about.
Excellent.
Speaking of talking about and what we're not talking about, we're not talking about our main topic of Persona right now, so I guess we should probably get into it.
That's a beautiful segue.
You say that sarcastically, but that's one of our better segues, so I don't want to hear it. It is a segue, which is more than what we could say for most of our non-existent segue topic switches. I don't know, so where should we start? I guess with a brief explanation of kind of what Persona is, if you don't know what it is.
Persona is a video game series where you eat steak and then you sleep and then you study and go to school, and then like every 4 days in the game you go into a dungeon, shoot yourself in the face, and kill demons. Is that an accurate description, you think?
That's pretty accurate. For the record, we're only talking about stuff from Persona 3 onward, because nobody knows about Personas 1 and 2, so sorry if you're a fan of that.
We're too young to have experienced Personas or even Shin Megami Tensei when they were out.
Sadly, I don't think that's completely
That's totally accurate. That absolutely is.
No, the first 2 games were like PlayStation, I think.
We were not adults when...
No, we weren't even adults when Persona 3 came out.
We were tweens when the PS2 game came out. Because I remember seeing it on G4, and I was like, whoa, that looks really crazy.
Oh,
What is
yeah?
that?
What's G4,
Because-
like, at this point?
Exactly. But I remember seeing it was on...
It was back on something called the television. It was a channel on the television.
And then there was also, just very briefly, a Shin Megami Tensei MMO that I did actually play for a couple levels because it was like
Really?
free to play, or maybe it was a private server or something I was on. It was neat, but it was very, very complicated and did not stay around very long.
Anyway, kind of like what you were saying then. Persona games are like half JRPG, half
Dating sim.
kind of visual novel, I guess you could say. Yeah, well, not exactly dating sim. They're like a quarter dating sim, if that.
It's a very Japanese style game. It's that whole style where it's like you have a calendar of days and like things progress, and like on this day you have the option to talk to this character or this character, and you can either miss some things, or maybe you spent too much time grinding in the dungeons and you missed the opportunities to talk to some girl that was in the meat cafe on Tuesday the 14th of that year. It's just a very complicated type of game, I think, to map things out.
It really is, yeah. And it's really intimidating too if you have even the smallest modicum of like a perfectionist streak, because like you want to max out every social link, but unless you follow a guide, you're not going to. And that's the main reason that
And even then, they're razor tight.
Yeah, exactly. I heard actually, as they go on from like 3, 4, 5, they get laxer. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I know with 4 that if you do want to max everything, like it is still a chore.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And that's why I've played a bit of 3, but I've never played 4 and I've never played 5. And I never will play any of them because I can't. I hate the gameplay. It's too much for me. Like the gameplay's okay and like it's enjoyable, but it's the fact that you feel that pressure to do it perfectly. I can't stand. But I love the games, even though I'll never play them.
My first experience with Persona series was before there were even Let's Plays. There was Giant Bomb, which has now just been destroyed into irrelevancy and garbage content. But Jeff and Vinny did a fantastic...
Oh yeah? That's sad to hear, so I will ignore that.
Well, okay, no, people still like them, but it's the same people that post on Reset Era and like...
No, I that can't be true.
Anyway, they played a walkthrough of Persona 4, and that was the first time I had ever watched somebody play a video game, and I don't even know why I did it, but Jeff and Vinny were very entertaining. R.I.P.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you watched it. It's because I watched it, and I said, this is good. You should watch it. And then you did. And you said, yeah, it is. It is good.
Yeah, but I don't know what made it good. You can take credit for finding it first, sure. But I don't know why I thought it was good at the time. Maybe it's because I didn't have the actual game at the time.
Well, they had funny jokes. That's what it was. Because it's the same thing that is appealing about really any decent Let's Play, where it's like you're hanging out playing games with a friend. It's like a friend simulator.
Or any decent podcast where it's a friend simulator that you talk to every week about Scanlation content. Number 1 Scanlation content.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also anime.
Or video games in this case. And anything Japanese, it's a wide umbrella.
Us gamers rise up. Scanlators rise up.
Yeah, and us gamers too. Yep, bottom text. We live in a society, bottom text. But yeah, you were talking about how you were watching the Let's Play, and that was your first introduction to Persona as a franchise, and that was mine as well. Well, and I for me, that's like the perfect way to experience the story in the games, because, well, first of all, I have become a terrible person in that I prefer watching Let's Plays over playing most games nowadays anyway, because I can watch them at like double speed, and I can cut out all the grinding.
I was gonna say that's the one reason why I actually like some Let's Plays nowadays is because you can watch it at 2x speed. I can't fast forward. I consume all my media at 2x speed, whether it be YouTube, podcasts, audiobooks, anything like that, or reading. I can read really quickly. If I have to watch something at 1x speed, it drives me crazy. If I could fast forward the game speed of games, I'd probably be much more inclined to play them.
Yeah, I that too. But also I hate stuff like just like watching people grind and stuff. Like, you don't have to do that. Like in a video game where it's like an 80-hour RPG, you're cutting out 20 or so hours. Just you could skip them and it's perfect.
Yeah, but here's like, it depends on what you want the grinding for. Like, there are some games that I love to grind in. Like, I've actually started. I re-downloaded RuneScape so I can do smithing. I can like just AFK smith gold bars while I actually do work or something, or I listen to audio, or I watch videos, because it's something very simple to do. Some grinding in games can allow you to do that and feel fulfilled from it. You can fill up the bars while you do multiple. Some, and you have to be in a mood for it.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I disagree on the example of RuneScape, but as a concept, I do agree.
RuneScape is great. I've made like millions of gold in the past couple weeks.
No, RuneScape, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, I would never feel fulfilled after doing anything in RuneScape.
Well, okay, maybe fulfilled was the wrong word, because it's hard to feel fulfilled from any video games, but...
Or anything in life, indeed.
Yeah, yep. That goes back to the Adachi quote. It's like, this life sucks, why would you want to do it?
Yeah. I thought the only Adachi quote I remember is beaches and shores, I believe he was always talking about.
I thank you for making it YouTube safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen that as a meme anyway.
We were going to go through best girl, and then I was going to make a joke that says, who's the best boy? Best boy is Adachi. He didn't do nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
No, I disagree.
Look, he was the original Elliot Rodger Thought Slayer. He was the Thought Patrol.
Well, now we are definitely going to get banned off YouTube for that. You can't say Elliot Rodger and...
I'll bleep it. I'll say blank.
There's a guy who just got killed off of YouTube for that.
Yeah, but he did a whole long video of it. But
I don't know the whole story. All I know is that
it was a good video too. That was Monkey, wasn't it?
Yeah, Monkey Jones.
Yeah, I had just started to see some of his stuff.
I only knew of him from the PCP podcast, and I haven't listened to like any of the episodes he's on because he left like due to some drama or whatever.
Oh, he was on the PCP?
Yeah, originally.
Oh, that's interesting. He's like friends with some of the, not the skeptic community, but some of the he's tangentially related to Bloodsports.
Oh, okay. I knew he was friends of the show with the Dick Show.
Yeah, which is tangential. Yeah, that's like tangentially.
Yeah,
related.
I don't know. It's out of my wheelhouse though. I'm just vaguely aware.
How interesting that there's so many of these little subcultures that are just like big in their own thing, and people can have. There's like multiple thousands of YouTubers with over 1 million subs. How crazy is that? Imagine I don't know any like real life celebrities or anything. But just to think that there are so many of these people that have make a living doing YouTube that I never know of.
Yeah, it's a whole different world. I mean, look at T-Series. He's going to be the number one. Well, it's not he. It's actually like a media company. But that's going to be like the number one subbed channel. And it's like, if you're not Indian, you're not going to watch its stuff. Because like it's all in Indian, I assume. And
it's trash. But...
Well, I mean, Bollywood can be fun, so I don't know if
that's
I want
not
to write
even Bollywood.
Is it not even similar?
Like unironic Bollywood. No, well, I mean, it is in the sense that it's like.
I think Bollywood is unironic.
Oh, really? That changes everything.
I thought it was. I don't know. Like, with the guys riding the horse, and he like drifts it, like he slides it under like
no,
a
it was
semi?
it was like a fuel truck because then the
That's
fuel truck
unironic.
explodes. Yeah.
Of course.
Or like, have you seen the one where it's like he's like Terminator mixed with Agent Smith? There's like 1,000 of him, and he's fight.
Yes, and he makes like a giant robot of himself or something, like a Megazord.
Like turns into a giant snake and a giant ball and a giant yeah. Those are great. I like those, but those are ironic. I'm hoping.
I don't think so. I think they might know that they're campy, but I wouldn't say that they're ironic. Like,
True.
I've never actually seen a full Bollywood movie, but like I feel like the entire movie would not hold up, but definitely the scenes like that do.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what's actually a genuinely good movie. At least half of the scenes are good. Is The Gods Must Be Crazy, which is like the only South African movie. It's fantastic.
I've seen that one, right?
Yeah, I think I sent it to you one time.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the small synopsis with that, because I know we're tangenting out of the way, but it's somebody is flying over Africa and they drop a Coke bottle out of the plane, and an African picks it up who's never seen any type of civilization.
Yeah, he's like a bushman or something. Or is that an Australian term? Well,
that's
whatever.
Australia, but it's the same thing. It looks, you can't tell the difference. And he picks it up. He's like, "Oh my God, this is it fell from the sky. It's from the gods. Like, this is an amazing tool, and they can use it for everything in their tribe, like rolling oats, like mortar and pestle. Like, you can use it to see through. You can make music from it, and everybody wants to use it because it's so amazing. And so they fight over this piece of trash, and it just brings ruin to them. And it's like it's our trash, but it's their treasure. And so he's like, the gods must have been crazy to send this here, because although it's an amazing, powerful tool, all we do is fight over it, and it makes us all unhappy. So the one African bushman who found it goes to on an epic, like, Lord of the Rings quest to throw the bottle into the trash can or to throw it off of a cliff.
That's what
the
it
movie
was.
If that doesn't sound like a good time, then I don't know what you're going to think is a good time.
I mean, to be fair, that's only like one of the two main plots, because in the other one follows like some Boers and stuff, right? And they do whatever they do. Yeah,
but that's not nearly as interesting. Like, unironically, like the best thing about that is watching the tribes people. Like, it really is. They went and made like 7 films of it. The Gods Must Be Crazy 7, because that was their most commercially successful thing. And they're like, oh well, we caught lightning in a bottle. But none of them were ever as good as the first one, so I only watched the first one.
Yep. I don't know how to get back on track.
All right, so I've played Persona 3.
Yeah,
I played that on an emulator. I watched Persona 4.
Yeah.
I want to play Persona 5 just for the menus. The UI and the aesthetics of it are so cool. And
everything
I just want to play the menu.
The series is so stylish, and they get so much more stylish with each successive game.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely, it's the aesthetics of it are what is so compelling. I wanted to go buy Persona 5 just so I could go through the menus and see the kind of style and like the art that they use. Yeah. Even though I'm not even really interested in the game or the characters or the story or anything like that, but that's one of the reasons why I don't want to watch the anime of it. Even though I do want to know what the story is, I don't want to watch the anime because I want to go through all the menus and things like that. Like, it's not worth $60 for me to just go and like look at the UI, but
no, it's not. And especially because you'd have to play through it to get to all the menus. Like, I'm sure there's a YouTube video of like menu compilations. There's gotta be.
That's true. And there is a Persona 5 PC version, which actually doesn't run on my computer that well, but I got the first couple, I got it to run, but it's in low frame rate, so it's glitchy.
That's how I played, that's how I officially played Xenoblade, the first one, at like 15 frames a second, the whole game, like for a 100-hour RPG. Oh
my God. I don't know how you did that. I unofficially didn't not play Persona the original that way on the Dolphin not Dolphin emulator.
Wait, Persona what? You mean Xenoblade?
Xenoblade, yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, no, I don't know.
All right, well, let the record stand that I said Xenoblade 1.
Okay, fine.
But I was at like 27 FPS, so it was very bearable.
Well, yeah,
That was
I
one of
don't
the
know how I
games
did
that I enjoyed the grinding.
it. Yeah, I don't know.
I was watching Frasier when I was grinding, so I was able to do that.
Yeah, I think I was listening to podcasts or something. That's what I do for everything anyway. It's a safe bet. But yeah, back to the stylish presentation of it. Or actually, no, it was the anime that I wanted to talk about since you brought it up. So I watched all of the Persona 5 anime, and that was, I think it ended last season. And it ends on the bad end of the game. So like the final episode is the bad end, where I mean, I kind of want to say slight spoilers because it's a bad end. No one really cares. You think, or
spoiler warning. If not, skip a couple minutes.
Spoiler warning for maybe any of the games, just in case, in the whole series. But in the bad end, the main character dies.
I think I saw a clip of that on YouTube. Actually,
yeah,
he gets like shot.
Yeah, exactly. He gets shot, and
then that anime scene is like from the game. I'm pretty sure
the one that you saw probably was, yeah. But I'm pretty sure they don't use any of the anime cutscenes in the anime itself. But I don't know one way or another for a fact. I'm just guessing. Anyway, a couple days ago, like a week or so ago, I think December 30th is when they've released like a 1 hour OVA with like the good ending. But then apparently that left on a cliffhanger too, and there's a true ending that they're going to release in March. It's like, why are you going to make me wait 6 months from the end of the last episode to the like true ending? It's crazy.
That's like the real game, where that's very Japanese, where they have a bad, a good, and a true ending.
Yeah.
But if they did want to show all the endings, then that is the way to do it.
Yeah, I guess it is. And it's like, it's probably better this way. Like, the end product will be better this way because they didn't have to rush it all inside, like, 24, 26 episodes. Now that they have, like, at least 1, maybe 2 full hour OVAs to work with. But since they're spaced so far apart when you're watching it live, like I am, it's kind of frustrating.
That's very true, but I like the way that it's done like this.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately it is better. It's not fun. Now instead, what I'm doing is, since I'm running out of podcasts to listen to at work, I have a Let's Play on in the background. So I will probably beat, or I will finish the Let's Play, I'm sure, long before like the final OVA comes out, because that's, I think, March.
You have a Let's Play of Persona 4 or 5, you mean?
Yeah.
I wonder if I should watch that. I kind of want to just get the actual game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just know the story, fans of the game will probably vehemently disagree with me, but I would say just watch the anime.
Well, it's not so much the story. I just want to kind of experience, like, I really just want to experience the menus.
Yeah, well,
like, and the artistic world of it. Like,
true.
I want to,
and the music. I mean, the music is so great.
That's true. Oh my god, River in the Desert. It was actually this time last year that I started listening to that soundtrack really heavy.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly this time last year, because I put it in my thing in January 9th of last year.
Nice.
Oh my god, I heard River in the Desert and I was like, I almost went out and bought a PS4 for that. I almost did, because I was like, oh my god, this is it.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, a lot of like the songs in that are so good. There's one song from Persona Q2 that I've listened to like, I don't know, maybe 100 times or something, including from playing it.
The Q2 songs or the Q1 songs are also amazing. Like, yeah. I have those in my playlist as well. And I am not the type of dude to do the video game music playlist, but These are unironically like really good. I think it's like A Sword in the Light or something. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it's absolutely awesome. One
of these days, I probably won't play Q2. I'll probably watch a playthrough of it. Just because it's easier, but I am playing Q2 right now, so we could probably seg you into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, for any of those of you listening who don't know, Persona Q is like a spin-off series where, if you've ever heard of Etrian Odyssey, it's like 3D dungeon crawler, first-person kind of RPGs, really like hardcore RPGs. The Persona variants are kind of toned down a bit, I think, in difficulty.
They're easier, yeah, because
But I still think that they're pretty hard. Maybe I'm bad at games now because I'm old.
They are. No, they are. It is a decently challenged game. It's not hard compared to like Etrian Odyssey 5 that just came out, but
Yeah.
it's still harder than it's as hard as like the hard mode on Persona.
I have played almost entirely through Etrian Odyssey, I think 4, and I don't remember that being as hard as the early sections of Persona Q2. And I will tell you, I'm playing on safety mode. It's not even easy mode. It's beyond easy mode. It's called safety mode. And I didn't realize this until the second dungeon when I wiped on one of the super bosses, the FOEs, and it said, since you're on safety mode, do you want to like continue? I was like, sure. What does that mean? Like, just it starts me off at the beginning of the floor? No, it starts you off in the middle of that same fight. Full HP, full SP. It's like, so it's to the point where if you're playing safety mode and you like, if one person dies on a boss, you might just want to try to get a full party wipe so that they can get rezzed and then get the experience.
That's the official way to play.
And you know, I have no regrets. I don't apologize for my actions. I will continue on safety mode. You know, nobody really cares, but I'm not gonna abuse the continue mechanic. But I don't know. I like it being there because I play the games for like, you know, the story and stuff. Like, I don't really care about the gameplay at all. But yeah, I really do think like it's the story that's the best part. Like, especially with these because they're like crossover games. So like all the party members from like 3, 4, and 5 are all present, and you can like mix and match them and stuff. And the best part is just seeing the interactions between everyone. I'm really enjoying that.
Now, since you do have all of the characters in one place, I think there's no better time to ask, who is best girl?
Nice. Okay, are we doing per game or overall?
You can break it down, or you can say overall.
All right. This is hard because this might be a controversial opinion, but I really don't like any of them.
Nope, that's not controversial. That's probably the official stance. I mean, because you're not supposed to like them, really. They're all supposed to be, like, broken people.
No, you are supposed to like them. It's a waifu game at heart, because it's an anime game.
No, but as people. Like, you're not supposed to like them as people.
I disagree, but I see where you're coming from. I think you're just forgetting the fact that it's anime, and anime is meant to be waifus. Well, you go first. You give me one, and then I'll give you a rebuttal answer.
Okay, so having never played Persona 5 or watched the anime, I have to disqualify all those girls immediately. Now, if I play that game and it's different, then I'll have to do an update corner segment. But
sure.
Having only played 4 and 3, I'd say all the best girls are from 3.
Okay, interesting, because I think those are the worst.
Well, yes, because they're all... But they're all... Yeah, they're all the worst. Every girl is the worst.
You don't need to defend them. Just state your pick.
Agis is number 1, because it's a robot waifu. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what's more to say than having your own sex robot? You know.
Well, you don't know. I think she's just a robot, not necessarily a sex robot. Just to be clear.
Well, that could influence
I don't think
my
she's
thing,
equipped,
but she's still a high quality at least AI system. Like probably the least of the broken and bitchy girls. The second one is what were you gonna say?
Oh, were you moving on past 3, or were you still?
No, this is still 3.
Okay. And then, because I wanted to say my 3 before you went on to 4.
Sure. There's really no best girl, and there's no ranking in these. I'm just basically ranking them via aesthetics. The second lead aesthetic girl, or not even. I'm not even putting them in orders like that. I just like the robot a little bit better because, I mean, she's a robot, programmable. Literally everything you could ever want, you can just program into her. Basically,
well, the second one is the other robot. Then I guess.
No, the second robot doesn't count because I haven't played Persona 3 Fez, so I don't know about that. The second girl that I have written down is Yukiri, who is the
Yukari.
the bow user.
She's the pink one.
Yeah, pink bow user. I like the pink-haired tsundere type. She reminds me of Railgun Sparky, so that's a good thing. And then the third one I have written down that I really don't know anything about, but is a blanket character NPC as well, the FemMC3.
Okay, that's my number one. Because I don't like any of the others, but FemC is number one. Because she has a personality in Persona Q2.
Oh.
And it's pretty decent.
Okay,
She's
wait.
just like, really, what?
Are they both in there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't remember if they were in Q1.
No, I think this is her first game where she's canon. And you get her early on. You get her in the first dungeon because you start with Persona 5 cast because the whole story kind of follows them as the main team. Mm-hmm. And then you get her in the first dungeon. And then in the second dungeon, you get Persona 4 cast. And then in the third dungeon, which I just started, basically, you get the Persona 3 cast. And she's like, oh, guys, finally, I found you. Because the whole time she's talking about how she's looking for her friends, right? She's like, guys, I can't believe it. We finally found you. Awesome. They're like, who are you? Because she's from an alternate Persona 3 universe. So it's like she knows all of them, but they don't know her. And it's like, dude, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I like that a lot.
It's kind of sad, but she doesn't dwell on it like in a sad way. She's kind of upbeat and stuff. So she's like, yeah, that's
sparky.
fine. It's like,
or perky.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, she's a good character.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like that. I like that idea. Like, it's funny. I've played Persona Q1, which was a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. You can actually pick if you want to start with Persona 3 or Persona 4 cast, and then it changes the story depending on just a little bit, depending on what team you pick first. So that's kind of interesting to know that you get stuck with Persona 5 first, and then you get to go through them. But that makes it so they can craft the story in a smarter way instead of having to write
I think so too.
like 12 different outlines on how to do it. Now, I only got to like the third dungeon in Persona Q1, basically because they made the best dungeon the second dungeon. And that was the one, it was like the love tunnel where you got to pick a waifu and you got married to your waifu. So you got to go through.
Do you pick one? Because I heard that you answer questions and then it kind of picks one based on that. Do you actually select them by name?
It depends on who you've, like, I think it depends on who you've talked to throughout the game and like who you've
so it's
had
easy
more
to
S-links
kinda,
with.
It's easy to suggest who you want to get with, basically.
So I picked Yukari.
The dog. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I picked Yukari, and then I went and watched all the episode. I went and watched all the cutscenes for all the other ones.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cute. I like her. She's a good little tsundere, and I've played 3 enough to know that she's like retarded like all the other casts of 3, but
like all the cast of every anime.
Yeah, what can you everybody's broken in some way, so I don't even remember what her personality's like. I just remember she's kind of like a redheaded tsundere, and that's kind of my type, so that's what. Cheers. Thank you, Japan.
Well, yeah, okay, well, never mind. Well, what about 4 then?
4, I don't like any of the games. When I watch I don't like any of the girls. When I watched the playthrough with Jeff and Vinny, they picked Chie.
Yeah, I
might have to go with that just because Ray, that's her, right?
Ray?
Who's Rie? Who's the pop star?
Oh, Rise.
Yeah, it's something like that. They're all Japanese names.
Of course, yeah, because they all live in Japan.
That's the meme. I don't know any Japanese names. I like her type style, but what's her whole thing? Isn't she's a thought? Well, no, isn't she that her whole thing is that she's a thought, like in the dark world, and then gets raped in like the dark world or something? I don't know.
I don't think she gets raped, and I don't think if you get raped in the dark world, you get raped in real life.
I don't know.
I don't think it works like that.
That's not according to the doujins I've seen. But
those are non-canon.
But other than that, I don't even remember too much. Like Chie's too kind of meme. I know,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of the
like
tomboy
steak and kung fu.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the tomboy aesthetic be very popular these days, and I can get behind that. But I feel like the translated version of Chie is too much of a meme to take seriously.
No, it's not. That's not fair to the translators.
I mean, and how so?
Well, Chie is a meme in every language.
All right. Well, I don't know that. I didn't know if she says steak in every translation.
I mean, no, you're letting your memories be clouded too much by that. What's his name? Heem Daisy or whatever?
Yeah,
the guy who made the animated comics.
Yes, which, okay, I want to just sidetrack for a second. If you haven't seen Persona, you just need to go watch these clips, and then I'll tell you everything you need to know about Persona 4.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really good cartoons made into like animations or YouTube videos. But yeah, I mean, at least in Q2, which is my main Japanese exposure to Chie, she's all about like steaks and kung fu and meat. I think that in the Q games they are more Flanderized, so it could be that that's also the case. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so the main ones were what, like Chie, Naoto, Yukiko, and Rise.
So Naoto's a reverse trap. Rise's a thought.
Yeah.
I picked Nanako.
Hot take. I mean, they're all under 18 anyway, so, you know.
Are they? Oh,
jeez. You get FBI. Of course, they're in high school.
I don't know. I was 25 in high school.
But I mean, you know, just when you went the other day, you mean, like...
Just when
not when you were a student.
Just when I parked my car out there to stare at people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of a bummer, because I was going to say Nanako as like a hot take kind of like sleeper answer, but I'll have to go to my backup unexpected answer, and I forgot her name. I think it's Marie.
Oh, yep. I was going to say that as the next one.
Which is like the
gas station. Wait, no. Is that the gas station attendant?
I don't remember.
That's my hot take.
She's the one who was added in like Persona Golden or the anime or one or the other. She like lives in the Velvet Room.
I'm gonna have to Google.
You wouldn't know her from the Giant Bomb playthrough because she wasn't in that version of the game.
I mean, if I had to pick just by looks, I'd pick Rise, but I'm not gonna. But I know her as a person, so I don't want to.
Right? Yeah.
Do that. Yes, Mary. Okay, yeah. I don't think she's goth GF, but yes, that is who I pictured with the hat.
Well, I like scene or whatever. Yeah, and that's not the aesthetic I go for, and I probably don't even like her as a character. But there are these scenes in Q2 where sometimes, like, I think it's in between each dungeon. You go to the Velvet Room, and then it's like, oh, what's this? There's like some stationery that was on the floor, and then it's like her really bad poetry. And it's kind of like
cute.
It's almost like not like dark or edgy, but it's like something like a middle school kid would write, you know, like my first poetry. Yeah, and then like her reactions when she like comes into the room and sees you and all like the like, you know, Margaret Elizabeth, like, no, it's all the Velvet Room crew, like everyone's reading it, and she's like, no. Her reactions are so funny. Yeah, I mean, those reactions alone have endeared me to her.
She's let's see. Along with Margaret, she's one of Igor's assistants in the Velvet Room. Now, I thought she actually was the bad guy at the end of the thing, but no, that's just a normal gas station attendant with...
Okay, so big spoilers for, I think, Persona 4 Golden, and this is something I just read on the wiki. I think she's like the secret final boss of the secret final dungeon.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I knew she was the... She was like a...
But I don't think she's the gas station.
No, that's in the normal one. I think
you're thinking of something else.
No, in the normal one, the end boss is a gas station attendant.
Okay, yeah.
Persona 4 gas station.
I mean, I don't even think she has a look to her. I think she's just a faceless NPC.
Well, it is a different type of... I think it's a dude just with like girly hair. It's like the true ending in...
Oh, yeah?
The
original.
Yeah, in Persona 4 original, that like the gas station's like actually the devil or something like that, you know, because it's all about... Persona's all about killing God and like raping demons and things like that.
Killing a million gods. Like all the Pokemon that you get, all the Personas are all different gods and stuff, or like kind of mythical creatures.
Okay, I'm gonna give a really hot take. I hate the card system, the arcane system, the S-Link system, basically all the actual gameplay of the things. like of Persona.
Yeah, I do too. I hate fusing personas and micromanaging them, dude. And it's so bad. I hate it so much.
Dude, it's worse than Pokemon IVs because like they all have different moves that they can learn, and like, oh, you want Fire Blast on this Pokemon, you have to breed them with this and like 4 levels, and like, no, that wasn't the S-Link Persona, so now you gotta breed, and it's like, oh my god, and it's too complicated. When I played Persona 3, I knew how complicated it was and how I could never get a perfect, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna play it to play it, and I had to like make a conscious choice to be like, well, screw it. I know this is the wrong choice if I want to S-Link everybody, but I'd rather listen to this story first. So you have to go in with that mindset. If you go in with a completionist mindset on your first try, you're going to stop 20 minutes into play the game.
And that's why
like,
I do
absolutely.
and have done. Like, that's why I don't play the games, except Q2, because there's not S-Linking. But there is persona management, which I do hate, because it's like, something I do like is that
it's a little
in the
better.
Mainline games, the main character's like original persona gets outclassed immediately, basically. And like the thing that I hate about the persona system that something like Pokemon doesn't have is that not every persona can be viable. You can't bring like an early persona into the end game because you just can't level them up enough. They stop learning skills after like 3 basic level skills. So you have to keep constantly fusing more and more personas. And it's like, what if I have a really nice elemental combination of like spells and stuff on one of them, but he just gets out leveled. So you have to switch to like an inferior spell kit just so you can have better stats. I hate that so much. But it's just something that you have to just bear with, I guess. I'm sure some people love it. I don't know how or why, but
Because it's complicated and people love to autism about things.
yeah. Meanwhile, I'm on safety mode. It's like, I don't want to do autism. I just want to play and see the character interactions where they're like, oh, yeah, Rise, you're in high school. I thought you're like the college student, Rise. It's like, no, what do you mean? I'm in high school. Well, what are you talking about? It's 2011, right? No, of course it's not 2011. And then like Persona 3 is like, of course, because it's 2009. It's like, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. I like those interactions.
Yeah, that's what makes the game.
Imagine it's 2009. I'd only be 9 years old.
Yeah, of course.
I'd only be 39 years old.
Anyway, I know you haven't played 5 and you don't know the characters, but that's not going to stop me from asking you to pick a waifu from that. I know what you're
gamer
gonna
girl.
do. Yeah, I knew you were
Gamer
gonna
girl.
say that. Yeah.
And then I know there's one that is like the mommy GF. There's like a
The teacher.
yeah, that becomes a meme and all the things.
Well, she's a maid who can like clean your room, or maybe you'd like some other services.
Exactly. Maybe you'd like dinner, a bath, or me.
Yeah, that's her basically.
So she's like your teacher and your maid.
Yeah.
And your bang maid, as Frank Reynolds would want.
Well, I don't think the game ever gets to that step, but it's implied that that's the line of work that she's in. But I don't think you ever bang her, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm pretty sure you do, because you bang in Persona 4.
No, you don't. You don't bang anyone.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. Not literal
Yes, you
bang.
do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
dude.
do. It says so and so stayed the night.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive.
Even
but
then,
maybe I'm mixing this up with Dojins.
They spent the night to watch the Midnight Channel, so
Yeah,
they didn't do anything.
My second pick besides Gamer Girl, that is blonde-haired Twin Tails, just because I know what she looks like. I literally don't even know the entire cast of Persona 5.
Yeah,
like,
and
I looked at a list of them and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know these were characters. Like, because they all look like normal Japanese people.
They
like,
do.
That's what's crazy about it. Like, normally in a JRPG, you'll notice who's going to be a party member because they're wearing a big red cape and like everybody else looks like NPCs.
Yeah.
But in Persona, I was like, wow, these just look like normal people. Like, they just look like NPCs. I would never know the difference. So I actually don't want to spoil it too much with Persona 5 because I think eventually I will get it.
I mean,
I'll
you
buy it
pretty
on
much
eBay.
know who's going to join the party, though, when you meet them. Especially in the game, because they have, like, unique portraits, and they're, like, in school. I don't know. You can pretty much tell. But, yeah, I understand. I would almost go with since again I don't like any of the girls, I think I would go with the pink-haired one.
Dudes?
No, well, I unironically think that Persona has better guys than girls. As a franchise.
that's every game. Yeah,
I don't think every
game in the Persona
game.
series.
No,
in the Persona
games.
series,
yes.
yeah, all the guys are more compelling characters because they're all written by dudes and they don't know how to write women.
Well, and they're not written to appeal to the male fantasy. The male fantasy
That's
only
true.
wants one thing, and it's disgusting. But yeah, I would go with the pink hair girl whose name I forgot already because she has no presence. She's never on screen.
I also don't. You know what I don't consider is girls that are not playable characters, because there are side characters all the time. I don't consider them a valid option.
S-Links I think do count, but
Yeah, but see,
I would not really pick from them. I know where you're coming from, and I do mostly agree. But the one I'm talking about is a party member. Oh, Haru is her name. That's what it was.
But in real life, I would want to pick one of the side characters because I wouldn't want my GF to be to jump in the TV with me, and because it's honey, I'm going to work. I don't want you to get eaten by a TV monster.
Yeah, that's why when you get home after you're coming back home from the TV or from someone's mind palace, you just want to call up your mommy GF maid and say, "Hey, Teach, come on over," and then get her S-Link up, and then she does your laundry, and she lets you slack off in class, and you can work on your other skills during class. You can make your lock picks. You can read books. Yeah, Mommy GF is the official pick of the big guy for you team.
I don't know about that.
I don't either, but I said it.
Who's
so
this?
it's true.
Who's this Makoto Nijima?
I think you would like her. Yeah, she's very uptight and she's like an honor student kind of thing.
She's got a skirt and tights. That's
They
actually
all have
I've never
skirts.
seen her before. Yeah,
Her persona is a motorcycle.
That's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
my three picks in no particular order are Makoto, Futaba, and Anne Takimaki for Persona 5.
Actually, it's on.
Okay.
Actually, it's Ong.
And then
from,
Morgana, the
Avatar.
cat, because a cat is fine too.
But Morgana's a guy.
But it's a cat. It's
True.
A cat is always
Yeah.
fine.
No, I get the meme. Yeah, and I didn't know this. I didn't realize this when I was watching the anime, and I didn't know it from watching the Let's Play because it's in English. But when I was playing Q2, I realized that Morgana's voice actor is the same as Zatch from Zatch Bell.
Oh, nice.
And I can't not hear it now, and I like it because I like Zatch Bell a lot.
Zatch Bell's good. We got to do a Zatch Bell app.
I don't think there's enough content for a full Zatch
Gotta
Bell
rewind.
episode.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
All right, well, I'd have to reread some of it too. But that is a good one. Other notes I had is just mentioning how weird some of the spin-offs are. They have a dancing franchise and a fighting game franchise. And those are canon too. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that those were actually.
The stories are canonical. Yeah.
So, but how does that make sense? I mean, is Q I'm assuming if the dancing games
Yeah.
are canon,
Yeah.
Q is canonical.
Yeah,
but
they
then
are.
do they forget at the end?
They do. I read through, or I skimmed through the synopsis or plot summary of Q1 on the wiki, and they all forget at the end.
So it's not really related to Q2, so it doesn't matter.
No,
So it might as well be
when-
non-canonical.
Exactly. Basically, when they all met up again in Q2, nobody said, "Hey, I remember you guys from the last time we were dungeon crawling through labyrinths." No, nobody said that.
No, yeah. Which would be fun if they did.
Yeah, it would have been. And especially since they met up with the Fem 3C, whatever her name is, first, and it's she never said the names of her friends, but if she had, then that would have been a cool moment where it's
Oh yeah, they're
you mean
wait,
Junpei?
no, we already know these guys.
Yeah, we know Junpei. You're looking for him? How come you weren't there last time?
Yeah,
That would have
that's
been good.
interesting. Q2 is not out in English. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it actually just came out a couple weeks ago, and I didn't even realize it. I got it on a whim.
Oh, bummer. I need to go check it out and see if I can find it. But because it's too bad it's not, or too bad it's out in English, because this was your chance to signal that you're playing it in Japanese.
No. It came out in Japanese 2 weeks ago. It's not out in English.
No. It came out in Japanese a month or X ago.
Okay, a month is like 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's not out in English yet.
So it came out in November 29. So it's been out for So I was closer, but you're technically still right. Yeah, I guess it's not out in English yet. So this is still, you have the opportunity to signal your perceived intelligence and
Yep, that's me. I'm intelligent.
From yeah. So we don't even have a release date for English. They haven't even announced it yet. Which is very
we haven't announced when we're getting our official localization out yet. Us at the BG4U Studios. This is the announcement that we have been licensed to translate it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great?
We're the new 8.4. We're the new Treehouse. We're the new insert other localization.
We're the new
team.
all of them. We're so much better than at least personality wise and Treehouse.
I used to listen to the A4 podcast a lot. And then they started to talk about politics every once in a while, and I was like, well, I don't really
And you're like,
care.
wow, these are pretty cold, ice cold takes.
Well, it's just like, I don't want politics injected into my my anime stuff.
We only want Bane posting injected into my anime.
The explicitly political Bane posting, and and I guess at this point, I think it's time to say, where can they find more Bane posts?
Oh, you can always find more Bane posts on the YouTube, which is Big Guy for You as the username, and you can just search the Flight Plan Podcast. You can also check us out on anchor.fm/the Flight Plan. All these links are going to be in the description, and there's also a cool way, if you ever want to buy Japanese garbage on Amazon, you can click the link in the description of this thing, and we get like 4 cents for every dollar you spend.
For every yen.
Something like that.
We get 4 cents for every yen that you spend.
We get $400 for every... Yeah,
it's a huge money-losing venture for Amazon, but they haven't figured out the exchange rates yet, so, get on it.
It's just this past couple... When the exchange rates are great, it's like we're basically doing Forex trading through Amazon.
And by 4x, you don't mean foreign exchange, you mean 4 times, because that's a transition, or that's like the... what's
the exchange rate?
Exchange rate, thank you.
Absolutely. So you can also leave us a comment on any of the YouTube videos, and I'll normally read it out loud unless it's in Cyrillic, and then I don't actually know what it says, and I'll just have to make up things that you have to say, and I'm sure they're all fantastic.
We love our Russian passengers.
We have the best Russians, man. We have the best Russians.
All 1 and or 2 of them. It could be like Ukrainian or something, and we just don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know enough about the politics to say whatever.
Whatever you are, you're
don't
the
leave.
best.
Don't leave us. We're lonely.
And then you could also contact on the Manga Dex, which is where you could read the manga. And hey, between this episode and the last one, I got a new chapter out. Wait, no, actually, we're recording this before I think the last episode got released, which is like a first for us productivity-wise.
Well, also slow for me editing. So
it's really like the perfect storm. It's like an eclipse. All the planetary objects have aligned to make me look productive, I guess, or not. I don't know.
Whatever helps you sleep at night in your futon.
Well, on my floor, which I am still sitting on.
Your tatami mat.
No, it's a carpet. Or the Twitter Big Guy 4U scans, the Gab Big Guy 4U, the which both of those I'm not posting on because I'm just lazy, and the Manga Dex, which you can message on, I think. So that's it. Yeah, we did it. Reddit.
We did it. Now we're gonna crash this plane
with no survivors.
survivors.